Hello everybody, GL1 here, and today I want to talk about something great that's also now sad. I want to talk about Bray Wyatt, whose real name is Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda. You may know Bray Wyatt from being in the WWE from 2010 until yesterday when he passed away from a heart attack and also had complications from COVID. Bray Wyatt, the character wrestler, came from a long line of wrestlers. His grandfather was Blackjack Mulligan, father Mike Rotunda. I remember seeing those two guys wrestle a long time ago. His brother Bo Dallas, who is really funny in the ring and talented, and his uncle, which I watched in the 80s, often wrestling with Ric Flair, Barry Windham. Bray Wyatt was 6'3", 285 pounds, and you may remember him best as being the leader, the cult-like leader of the Wyatt family, as you can see back here. And this is Bray Wyatt's action figure from back then, and he would carry a lantern. The lights would all go dark in the arena, and you would just see the swinging lantern as he'd walk out, and all the fans in the audience would light their cell phones, lighting the way. They would be called the Fireflies, and it was really quite something to see. He created a character that just was very, very popular, and the way things work in the WWE is you come up with an idea, you pass it along to management, and if they like it enough, they tell you to go ahead and see if you can make it work. And he was really great at doing that. And so he created this Bray Wyatt family, and with him was Luke Harper over here on the right, who's also passed away, Eric Rowan, and for a short time, Braun Strowman, who would come out as the Black Sheep. And you can remove this here and have the Black Sheep mask. That was quite an awesome character that he introduced to us. Mrs. GL1 and I would watch that group quite a bit, and it was just brilliant. They'd come out, they were spooky, mysterious, like from a Louisiana bayou, and his finishing move, which is the Sister Abigail, which I just thought was a great finishing move, and my wife did not. She never understood why he would call it Sister Abigail, and later he came up with some storyline as to who Sister Abigail was, and just what a teacher she was for him. One of his catchphrases at the end of the match, he would do these promos, and he would say, "Follow the buzzards," meaning, follow the death of the other wrestlers, I suppose. One of the things that he could do, and he was a big guy, is he could walk upside down backwards on his legs and hands. So he would bend himself backwards and, with his arms up like this and crawl across the ring. And his long hair would be strewn down, and his beard would be flopping over his face, and it looked like an upside-down spider, and he'd walk towards the wrestlers. Quite something, because he's so flexible, and then he would spin around and spin up and then face his opponent, and often, deliver some kind of devastating move while the wrestler was so shocked at this scary scene. So it just really was great, and a testament to his popularity was the other iterations of his action figure. There was many, and I have a few here. In 2016, WWE came out with WWE Monsters, and they took the wrestlers and converted them into monsters. And so he's sort of like a alligator, creature from a lagoon, a black lagoon kind of character. And I have several of the other monsters, which I'll be showing one time, but the Bray Wyatt one is just an awesome figure. you know, with the alligator arms and tail and everything. Just a lot of effort went into creating that. And you can see he's got one alligator foot and one boot with like alligator leather skin on it. He won tag team championships. He won the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship. And he created this character as well later when he was gone for a little while and came back, and he created the Fiend. And the Fiend was an alternate ego of his little fake TV show he created. He created this Firefly Funhouse, which was sort of like a mix of Mr. Rogers, Pee Wee Herman meets Norman Bates. It was, he was dressed in a, like a colorful pink sweater, and he had all these puppets on there, and the puppets were just a little bit warped looking, and it just put a lot of energy into it, and he'd come out and he'd, be this creepy Mr. Rogers-like character. And, then, of course, if he got on his bad side, he'd become the Fiend. And at one time, he became the Burnt Fiend. So here he is as the Burnt Fiend action figure. And just quite grotesque, right? So, and this is all just all kinds of spooky stuff from his imagination. It's sort of a little bit horror movie, and a little bit sort of Undertaker, or even, maybe the Boogeyman, so, just sort of evoking some of the other wrestlers and personas that they come up, that have come through the years. And here he is again. Now this is the basic figure of the Fiend, and then I have the Elite Edition, which has greater articulation. He also would carry a lantern of his own head, like his cult leader head, with a lantern inside the mouth, I guess to sort of denote the death of that cult-like figure. And now he's moving on to this, this fiend-like character. So, and there you go. There's a picture of him as the Fiend. Quite a scary mask, especially if you're afraid of clowns, right? So no clowning around. But yeah, just really sad, and those of you that are into wrestling know that, sure, they're super WWE superstars, and but they're also people, and behind the scenes there's a lot of stories about who these people are and what their lives were really like. And he had 4 children, and 2 with an ex-wife and 2 with JoJo, his current wife, and they're all young. And all I can do is offer my condolences. It's very sad to have lost him at 36 years old. There's so much that he's going to miss out on, as well as them. So anyway, I just wanted to do something about Bray Wyatt, being that I have all these action figures, and sadly we're going to leave his boots in the ring. So thanks for all the great times, Bray Wyatt. We really enjoyed you, and we'll miss you.